you check the children? Show a little match sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil, Laird.
Robert Duell.
And Jaime Fuego here.
And we are gathered once again to do a review on a brand new release to VOD, actually. This is a movie called Spree, and it is starring...
Joe Carey.
There you go.
Yeah.
None other
From
than
Stranger
Steve
Things.
from
Steve.
Stranger Things.
Did
Exactly.
Steve tell you that?
The wonderful
Steve?
mom.
So this movie is an interesting one, I'll say that much. So I hadn't even planned on kind of watching it, and then Fuego watched it, said it was pretty good. I saw a lot of other reviewers reviewing it. I didn't watch any of the reviews, but I was like, all right, you know, he's kind of an Uber driver and weird stuff happens, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And to give my overall thoughts, I really enjoyed like the setup and the first kind of half of it a little bit, but then the second half went directions that, I don't know, I guess I was hoping it was gonna continue its more interesting trajectory, and I feel like they kind of let off the gas, so to speak, for the back half of the movie. So it's okay. I'm definitely glad I watched it, but I feel like they were going to push it, but then they decided not to push it. And I feel like this movie could have much more benefited by really pushing the envelope with it.
Could have pushed it real good, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm just about like where Cecil's at and everything. I think I definitely enjoyed it a little bit more just because, for one, I like noticed, you know, it's basically kind of like that found footage in a sense movie. I'm not a fan of those, but this was actually really well done, and it was crisp looking, which is one of my biggest issues, especially with the found footage movies. But no, overall thoughts, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I will definitely say, yeah, towards like the later half of the movie, it kind of lost me a little bit. I did want to see a little bit more oomph from it, but other than that, I'm definitely happy I watched this, and I would recommend you watching it as well.
Fuego.
Coolness. Yeah, so this is one that I didn't love. I'm kind of in a similar camp with these guys where I thought it was solid, but not incredible or anything. Biggest props that I can definitely give it is the fact that it had a lot of necessary commentary about social media, obsession with fame, and trying your damnedest to gain it and all that stuff. Follow for follow, like blah, 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 all that different stuff. You know, it's very much a part of what we do here, unfortunately. It's just kind of a necessary evil, so to speak. And I found that commentary more fascinating than, like, you know, the comedian that comes in and even the plight of our protagonist and stuff. I felt like more so what the film was trying to say was more intriguing necessarily than all of the different, like, setups that we had, like, scene-wise. So, yeah.
Basically what people will go through for followers and fans.
Yeah, and the strange desperation of Steve from Stranger Things in this, and the fact that he's been at it for so long, and he just, you know, to go viral, you have to go viral.
And it was a complete flip and everything. Personally.
Well, that's what actually rang true to me, honestly, because while the extremeness of it is pushed, obviously that's the point of the movie, but
True.
I know for a fact that there have been YouTubers specifically that have really tried to get that following, and when they haven't been able to, they've either resorted to extreme measures or, unfortunately, extremely unfortunately, some have taken their own lives because they haven't been able to do what they need to do. So the story, I mean, just to tackle real quick, we've already alluded to it mostly, is about this guy that it's not even really clear if he's a YouTuber or if he's just an Instagram guy, but he's trying to gain a following, and he's doing, you know, sort of mundane stuff to do it at the beginning of the movie, and he's not seeing any traction. He takes a little bit of a break, and then he comes back and he's like, okay, we're doing something different today. We're going to do something called #TheLesson, and we don't know what that is. He never explains it. He just goes as a spree driver, aka Uber, Lyft, whatever you want to do. It's the title that they made up here is called Spree.
Yep. And
as he starts to pick up people, he starts to make sure they drink these bottles that he has drugged, and it's not even really clear whether it kills the people or it just knocks them out and then he does something, but that's part of the problem I had. Like, I think eventually we sort of realized that it's actually killing people.
But when he's actually killing people, I mean,
Well, no, the water.
The
water's
water's
oh,
knocking
the
him
water,
out. And
It is
everything.
just knocking him out?
I believe so, because I want to say
That's
it was
what I
the
thought.
Asian girl. She drank some, passed out for a little bit or whatever, and then woke back up.
That's
and
true.
then
Yeah,
she
that's
blasted
true. She did
dude.
walk
Yeah.
back
yeah,
up.
the DJ chick who he meets
Yeah,
up at the strip club.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're right. Okay, so, but that's the thing. Like, I don't know.
The
He starts
explanation
to,
of it.
yeah, the further he goes into the lesson, he's picking up more and more people, but then he picks up this comedian lady in like a group spree fair, and there's an interaction there, and it leads to him kind of, he sees that she has a big following, so eventually he's going to kind of make his way back to her, but it just didn't feel like that's where the story started to lose me a little bit, and he starts doing heinous stuff and trying to just be what I liked about it is that he was completely upfront about it. Like, he was basically the guy's like, this is what I've decided, I'm going to be honest with everyone about it, and we'll see how long I last, kind of thing.
He's also gleefully doing it too.
Right.
You know, he's like taking enjoyment in it.
So I like that aspect of it, but I don't like where the story goes with it. I feel like they could have gone a lot more interesting places. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on the story. What about for you guys?
Well, honestly, with the whole premise of basically like your spree Uber driver going on a killing rampage, there's really only so much you could do and everything. And for what they did, honestly, I thought they did well with it. You know, it wasn't basically strategized to a degree. It was pretty random, obviously. You know, random people you'd pick up, so there was no specific targets.
You know, like the super bro who was there with the comedian.
Yeah. But even still, like you were saying, like with the whole tie-in of her character and everything, I think if that could have been just an interaction in itself, it would have been a lot better for the story instead of everything that went going on with the spoilers. Sorry,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, and that's the thing story-wise, where there is a very like line in the sand that is drawn by one particular character without spoiling stuff, and then there is a reverting, and that's obviously deliberate, and it's almost like capitalizing on a crisis sort of situation without spoiling things. And I actually found that pretty cathartic and pretty interesting, you know, in the fact that...
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, not bad, but definitely kind of made you think a little bit differently about that particular character. It's so much commentary about social media and how somebody is like, nope, I'm not going to do it anymore, despite the fact that they've already attained such fame. I contend that people who have attained fame, they can walk away from social media, and then when they come back, people will still care. They'll actually care even more if you've taken a break. So, and that was very deliberate in the script, I would imagine. So, there was a lot that was said, but once again, momentum and pacing, especially in the second half, where you're wondering, you're like, what more can this character do? You know, that was one of the issues.
Even he's asking that. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, what else am I supposed to do?
Tell me, audience. You
Yeah,
know?
like, so, and I'm like, yeah, really, that's how I'm feeling, and that's not a
Yep.
great thing.
Yeah, but the sole message of the film I found fascinating, honestly, especially with further contemplation.
Yeah.
So
acting wise, I feel like everyone acquitted themselves fine. I tell you what, there's 2 SNL alum in this,
Yes,
and
yeah, you're right.
the main comedian, she was okay, she was fine. But the dude that like was literally playing a douche, like I get that his character was douchey and stuff, but
first guy he picks up.
I'm not. No, the assistant that's trying to bang the comedian. the whole time.
Okay.
The other SNL alum.
No, I don't watch SNL anymore.
Yeah, no,
unfortunately.
they're both on SNL, so or have been. And that guy, I've never been a big fan of his, and I guess he was good as the sleazeball because
He's so bro, dude.
I didn't like his character.
it was
Fucking
so
thing.
lame.
So he-
Like I hate guys like that. They're so completely fake. So I don't know. I guess he played his character well. Maybe it's not the guy that I'm faulting. It's the character. It's just I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of that character, and so, but yeah, acting wise, she just was a self-committed or self-confident and committed comedian that was. They tried to act like she was obsessed with social media, but I didn't actually get that from her when we were interacting with her on the regular. So that's kind of felt a little off too. So
Especially
I don't
the
know.
grandma
I
stuff.
think Steve was the standout for the whole movie. 100%.
He definitely was and everything, especially with the social awkward kind of mousiness and everything. He doesn't really know how to interact with people very well And yeah.
At first, anyway, I don't feel like there was much social awkwardness at all from the spree part.
Well, when he gets down to business,
Yeah.
yes, he's a little more focused and everything. But the actual interaction between his passengers and even his little Twitch buddy or whatever.
Oh
the
yeah,
Asian
no,
kid,
that's true. I see. What
You know,
you're
there
saying
was
there.
that social awkwardness
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah, his character does have that. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Which I thought was played very well.
Yeah, he was the strong one.
Especially coming from, you see him, as Steve from Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of
I
little
hated
more
Steve in
assertive.
Stranger Things, so I mean, I don't know.
Wait, what?
I hated Steve in Stranger Things. I
Oh.
can't stand that guy. Ugh,
well.
it's terrible. I was in that camp. Sorry.
Wow.
So
I don't know what else to say.
No. He sustained, and had a lot to shoulder, obviously, as far as performance stuff goes. I know they tried to redeem Steve in like seasons 2 and 3. I never bought into
Well,
it.
yeah,
man.
first season, Steve.
Right, we're not talking about
you
Stranger
wanted to
Things.
see.
I
You wanted to
know.
see
Talking about
Idiot.
this. Talking about
I know.
this.
I know.
So
Okay,
acting
sorry,
in
No,
this.
sorry,
Alright.
sorry, and that is my bad, obviously. But yeah, man, I mean, he shouldered it well. David Arquette felt just kind of forgettable.
Oh, like shoehorned
He was
in
just
almost.
thrown in
yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
They needed a
Yeah.
name of sorts, and
And
so they
he's
threw
not
him in
young
there.
enough to pull off that
Dad
young cool
status.
dad.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
Well,
buy that.
remember, he was the douchey LA DJ dad and
Yeah,
everything.
I guess.
That's literally what his character
I
was.
guess these guys that were douches just played him so well that I just didn't like them. So.
It's like they didn't even have to act. It's like crazy. No, but Steve did. Steve, I keep calling him that.
We all do, it's okay.
Okay, so his character, he was supposed to be pathetic, but I didn't always buy into how pathetic we were supposed to perceive him. In all honesty, I mean, granted, the fact that the kid he used to babysit was, a viral star and everything, and he's trying to like latch on to some of his fame, and that's why he's like, "Yo, you're gonna watch my stream, right?" and all that different stuff. So I guess that was all right, but bottom line, nobody really acted too terribly in this, but it felt very low level. It felt like something that wouldn't have been released in a theater if we still had them currently, although they're trying to resurge. So,
Oh no, I definitely don't see this going to a theater.
yeah, this was for sure VOD.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Effects wise, I mean, there's some score and stuff, nothing that really stood out to me, but effects wise, I think effects wise, it's a little bit lacking until towards the end when there's
very lacking.
Yeah, I mean, towards the end there's some blood on some faces and stuff like that, but that's about it. I mean, it's not an effects heavy movie, and that's part of, again, going back to my criticism at the beginning, I feel like this movie didn't go far enough.
Well, and that's the biggest lack on, I think, what they were with this movie. Is the violence and the gore. Really, it's like you had the violence and everything and like the gore in the story, but you just didn't implement it.
Yeah, violence, language, setup. I mean,
Yeah.
probably low budget contributed.
You
to
see
that.
him pulling
The
a body out of
junkyard.
the car, and then they cut to him driving.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait.
Well, the
I'm
junkyard.
like, why wouldn't
scene-
he go film what he did to the body, and why
And-
wouldn't we see that?
And also running Homeboy over at that particular point too,
yeah.
where he flew over the glass and everything, and you've got just a little, and he's trying to like
Yeah, and you're
wash
telling
it
me
off.
he's
and
trying to drive viewership, and he's not going to grab the phone and lean it out the window to show the body? Like, of course he's going
Okay,
to do that.
one question I did have: the people at the car wash aren't going to question a car coming in.
The cop that literally walks right in front of his car with a blood streak
That
down
too.
the front
and he's trying
windshield
to wash
too.
it off.
at the gas station
Yeah.
where it's completely lit by the actual awning of the gas station.
Well,
like,
not to mention he's talking.
no, yeah, there's a lot of
FaceTime
points
and-
that
Yeah,
nothing
the
makes sense.
obliviousness. Gotta love
Yeah,
it.
it's silly. So again, it's a solid idea, but the execution falls apart in numerous ways, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's still definitely worth a watch.
I agree. I actually agree. But I would say, unless you have a few people going in on the $7 to rent it,
Yeah.
I would say wait until it's available on Netflix, because it's assuredly going to come to Netflix or Shudder or one of those.
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would wait for that.
Hell,
I
if you
wouldn't.
find it on a Redbox for a couple bucks.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either.
Yeah. Dare I say, with like just the abbreviation of the concept and how it kind of gets stale, this would have worked better as a short. in my
Actually, I
estimation.
think
yeah.
This particular
8 to
version
10,
of it, yes.
8 to 10 minutes. I mean,
This story
yeah.
could have been changed to very much justify a full hour and a half, but this ain't it.
No,
Yeah.
unfortunately not.
I
But,
guarantee. I guarantee we're going to see a little copycat coming out here.
We
eventually.
will, dude. I have
Hopefully-
a script.
hopefully it's even more
I have
gory.
a script
That's
like
oh,
this.
That's
well,
where,
fuck.
that's
Literally,
where I
I
asked
do.
Cecil, I was like, so this one is about a crazy, kind of share
It's
driver.
in the fact that it is a rideshare driver causing havoc. It's the same, but
Yeah.
the fact that in mine it's just one person that he's torturing the entire time. So It's a little bit different. So that
Fox.
was a bit of a bummer.
Oh god,
Kind of.
that's
That's what my buddy.
Collateral, yeah.
That's what my buddy. that
Which a lot
said,
of people have compared
yeah.
this to, but then there's also The Stranger that's on Quibi right now,
Yeah.
which is with Dane DeHaan and the chick from It Follows. So I mean,
If
there's,
my version ever happens, it would catch some traction too. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yes.
That's something I
Damn-
can actually
damn reason.
kickstart because that one actually I might not even need to because it would be a cheap movie to make mine. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Anywho, that's going to do it for our review of Spree. Why don't you guys let us know in the comments down below if you have seen this one. What did you think of it? If you enjoyed this video, click the like button and subscribe. Make sure you ding that notification bell if you want to be ensured to know when our episodes go live.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to our patrons for supporting the channel. The link to that is in the description box if you want to support the channel directly and also give us instructions on movies to review, commentate on, all that good stuff.
do it.
Next time, or
Now.
until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
Robert Duell.
And gracias, Jaime and Fuego.
And remember, stay scared.